Palma. Oh,
man.
pass. That's unfair, man. Palma, 7 points in the game.
To Del Puentes.
Delgado takes the shot and knocks it down. Maloria is open. 3-pointer.
Goodness! Face a jumper by Robin Celis.
Caballero has tied.
Just posterized by
Action continues here in the 7th season of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. A beautiful look at the beautiful town of Orion in Bataan. Nandito po tayo sa Kamalig. A showdown between teams in the north and the south on opposite spectrums. Nueva Ecija gunning for their 22nd victory. Kalaban nila itong Imus na gusto rin makapasok at least in the play-in in the South Division. That's our second game for tonight. It's the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards taking on the Imus Brotherhood. Magandang gabi mga kaliga. Ken Panglinan with Javi Palanya at courtside. We have Miss Lyra Punsalan. Javi, ever since itong Imus, ito si JJ Casme has gone down for over a month already. And things have gone south. They have fallen to 4 games by 500 in the team standings.
Yeah, it's a big loss para sa kanila to not have their top player in JJ Caspe. At to make matters worse para sa kanila, JV De La Cruz has also been in and out of the lineup ever since making his return to the Imus Brotherhood.
And you're watching us live on the official MPBL YouTube channel, also on Solar Sports, every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 6 p.m. And nasa Smart Sports na rin po tayo and pusop.com. And for Nueva Ecija, they're missing the services of JC Marcelino, JV, and also Robbie Celis. So kinakailangan nila ito si John Wilson who performed really well in their last game. Kabilang siya doon sa mga nag-score in double figures in that last match.
Yeah, he did most of his damage in the first quarter sa laro na yun. 10 of his 14 points coming in the first frame. A very efficient showing, 6 out of 9 para sa kanya. But he also contributed in the different departments. Yung game ni John Wilson, habang patagal ng patagal yung kanyang karera, kumpleto ng kumpleto yung kanyang nagiging laro. No, he's able to contribute in different facets of the game, and that's what's nice about John Wilson, a former MVP in this league, a former champion already, but still making waves and making his game grow bigger and bigger.
And syempre, iba na yung role niya ngayon, no? Given that there are multitude of scorers para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Speaking of medyo nagbabago yung role, Mark Doligon, ever since nga na si JJ Caspe has gone injured, he has been tasked to do more para dito sa Imus. And here, despite the loss, he showed out big time para dito sa Brotherhood.
Yeah, this was a very surprising loss para sa kanila considering they went up against a Bulacan Kuya squad that have been mostly also rans in this league. But he scored 26 points in this one, way past his average of 15.3 points per game. Was one of 5 guys in double figures. He led the scoring in that game for the Brotherhood. That was a surprising loss para sa kanila. And they're gonna have to bounce back really big time here against a Nueva Ecija team that's very hungry for a victory still, despite being at the top of the team standings in the Northern Division.
Actually, kamuntikan sila matalo dun sa laban nila against Bulacan, but able to pull off a comeback in the 4th quarter. And let's see if Nueva Ecija can grab their 22nd victory, or will Imus mount an upset here. Let's go to Miguel Pere for the starters of this matchup.
Action continues here inside the Orion Sports Complex. Welcome to our second game between Nueva Ecija and Imus. Live on the 2025 Manny Pacquiao MPBL Season 7. Here are the starters. Beginning with the MPBL Season 4 champions, the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Starting at guard number 2, JP Calvo. Also at guard number 11, John Wilson. Playing center number 14, Real Macaloni. Forward number 23, Christian Manaytay. And the other forward number 26, Ilonggo Superman, Billy Ray Robles. The head coach for the Rice Vanguards is Don Dulay. Assistant coaches Rob Wainwright, Matt Bacalintal, Arnold Oliveros, Jonathan Uiloan, Rick Sison, and James Bartolome. Assistant team manager Jen Dignadice, team consultant is Von Monta. Team manager Raymond Dizon, team owners Ivan Cuevas, Ryan May Cuevas, and Mr. Bong Cuevas. Here comes the starting five for Imus Grumpy Joe. Starting at guard, number 13, Yusei Koga. Also at guard, number 11, Ker Bangeles. Center, number 14, Ray Acuno. Forward, number 17, King Ariar. And the other forward, number 24, Mark Doligon. The Imus Grumpy Joe will be led by TJ Marquez, with Jade Padrigao, Michael Quillas, and Ricky Alcantara. Team consultant, RJ Rizada. Team owner is Ruby Navarro. Referees for this ballgame are Alan Manzano, Michael Kinay, and Jay Castroverde. Substitute referee is Karina Martin. This game is held under the supervision and regulation.
Starting five brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory, feel more game with 1xBet. Nueva Ecija, ang backcourt nila na magsisimula si JP Calvo at si John Wilson. Center spots si Will Macaloni at the forward spots, Christian Manaytay and Billy Robles. Imus naman, Rusey Koga, Ker Bangeles, Ray Acuno, Mark Doligon, and Kint Ariar. At ang ating mga referees for this ball game, Alan Manzano, Michael Kinay, Jay Castroverde, and fourth referee is Karina Martin. JP Calvo, his third consecutive start after coming off the bench in his first two games nung lumipat siya from Parañaque to Nueva Ecija. Libre para sa tres si John Wilson, can't hit it. Macaloni, couple of pump fakes and gets the putback to score the first 2 points para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Well, nung umpisa naman kasi Coach Don Dulay was just trying to ease in JP Calvo into the system. Of course, he came in mid-season during the trade and free agency window. Kaya hindi agad pinabad ni Coach Don Dulay ito si JP Calvo, especially putting him in the starting lineup. He made sure na naintindihan muna ni JP totally yung sistema bago niya talaga binigyan ng opportunity para mag-start. Pero alam naman natin yung kapasidad ng isang JP Calvo to be able to contribute in a team like Nueva Ecija.
4 early points for the Rice Vanguards. JP Calvo mightily struggled when he was with Parañaque, shooting below 30%. But has renewed confidence here playing for one of the contenders in the MPBL, itong Nueva Ecija. As a foul will be whistled on that Mark Doligon drive.
And above that, he gives more depth to an already deep backcourt rotation nitong Nueva Ecija.
Yan, dami, no? Marcelino Twins, Ryan Costello. Then you've got JP Calvo, John Wilson. Mark Doligon gets that free throw to fall in.
He's gonna have to work double time, maybe even triple time in this game, especially without Caspe and JV De La Cruz sa laro na to, going up against the loaded Nueva Ecija team that's already without the Marcelino Twins and Robbie Celis in this game. Still, it's gonna be a all hands on deck effort para sa Imus Brotherhood and Mark Doligon.
They will have to find an answer to this guy who has 4 early points. Si Will Macaloni.
Tingnan naman yung nangyari dito. Quick face-up and then the rip-through move para kay Will Macaloni to get past the defense of Ray Marcacuno. That's just too easy.
5 points agad si Will Mac. 7-2 ang ating talaan. Ray Acuno, the former One Bataan Riser, hands it off to Mark Doligon. Mintis yung kanyang tres, Manaytay, nakuha yung rebound. One of the rare times you see Macaloni and Christian Manaytay together. Oh, and JP Calvo escaping the defense and lays it up and in.
It's been totally zero interior defense so far here in the start of the first quarter here for the Imus Brotherhood. All the points of Nueva Ecija have come from the inside or from the free throw line.
Napakadali eh.
And that just can't happen because if this continues to ensue, then this is going to be a game that's going to be broken wide open right here in the first quarter.
And Imus has a shot of advancing at least in the play-in as Banganes scores on a turnaround shot.
Pero yun na nga, it's a very tall order for them to try and do that without their top 2 scorers in JJ Caspe and JV De La Cruz. John Wilson, meanwhile, picking up from where he left off sa kanilang huling laro. Again, having a strong start to this game.
Tres agad, pinakawala ni John Wilson. 12-4 is our score. Kit Aryar, bola na tapik. Kicks it back out to Mark Doligon. Doligon able to scoot in and lays it up and in for Imus.
It just puzzles me sometimes how he's able to make shots like that. Those big hands really helping him in finishes like that.
Now he grabs the rebound. Imus, the question always is whether they could sustain this kind of energy for the full 40 minutes. Because they have a capable lineup, certainly, especially with JJ Caspe healthy, but they've been bogged down by inconsistency and lack of urgency for the most part. 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
Which is somewhat surprising considering puro veterano naman tong nasa lineup nila, no? A lot of playing experience already here in the MPBL. So you would think that maybe they realize the importance of a lot of their games, especially at this point of the season where they're trying to make the play-in.
Banganes off the glass and in. Imus trims the gap to 4, 12-8.
So a little bit of a run here by Imus after the strong start of Nueva Ecija. Ang tanong, kaya ba nilang depensahan itong opensa ng Rice Vanguards?
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke. The attack by Christian Manaytay, who scores plus a foul.
He has been such a solid addition for them this season. A very intelligent big man who knows how to pick his spots. He plays well off of the pick and roll game. Ang ganda niya tumiming dun sa kanyang mga dive tsaka sa kanyang mga rolls. And apart from that, he's such a good finisher around the basket.
Oh yeah, just look at that slam dunk he had over Miles Canyal.
One of many highlights that he's had this season.
Arguably our top dunk this season.
No, yeah. And I think he might just be the player with the most dunks as well.
Siya ba o si Dave? Parang
I think
nagtatapatan
pareho,
sila
oo.
no?
They could be head-to-head in that department.
14-8. 6-point lead. Rusey Conga too strong. Manaytay the rebound. JP Calvo will survey the floor. Gives it up to Will Macaloni. Hand off to John Wilson. Pocket pass to Macaloni. Off the glass. Will Macaloni going to work early.
Walang kaproblema. What a fluid offensive set right there para sa Nueva Ecija.
16-8. Past the halfway point of the first quarter. Kit Aryar kicks it out to Banganes. Shut down by John Wilson. Turnover. Nueva Ecija looking to capitalize. Willie Robles short on the jumper.
Not really his cup of tea. Those jumpers, ito si Billy Ray Robles, you'd rather see him attack the basket.
Kaunan. Binalik kay Rusey Conga. Pupukol sa tres. Yes!
Now that is specialty of the house para kay Ryusei Koga.
16-11. Manaytay. Punta sila sa kabilang dako kay Billy Ray Robles. At the post now, Will Macaloni facing up against Mark Doligon. 9 early points for Will Mac.
Imus switches up the defense. Doligon on Macaloni instead of Enrique Kaunan. No problem para kay Will Macaloni. He just goes for the easy face-up.
Magandang panimula kay Will Macaloni. Foul will be called on Christian Manaytay. Nueva Ecija, should they win this one, they will be assured of a spot in the playoffs. Because the most wins the teams behind them could get is 22. Dahil 7 talo na. Itong Pangasinan, Pampanga, Caloocan, Pasay already has 8 losses. And Nueva Ecija defeated them all already prior to this game. Will Macaloni, ganun-ganun lang. Habi pala niya may 11 puntos na para sa Nueva Ecija.
And all within the flow of the offense para dito kay Will Macaloni. Walang pilit. Everything here coming from passes from his teammates. This time it's coming from John Wilson.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Timeout Imus. They're down by 9 points.
Back here in Orion, Bataan, the coaching staff of Nueva Ecija shared na kahit matagal na daw silang magkakasama, they're still finding ways to grow. Right now, we're really rediscovering each other more. Sabi nila, coming to the playoffs, it's gonna be a completely different Nueva Ecija, they said, which makes this veteran squad even more exciting and admirable. Everyone's hitting the gym daw at talagang nagpapalakas na. At kahit nawala pa si Robbie Celes today dahil sa fever, pati na rin si JV Marcelino and even JC Marcelino from his finger injury in training, the team remains as united and hungry as ever. At lalo pa daw, nakakagana since they've climbed back to the number 2 spot in the North. Game on na daw talaga as they work even harder, not just for the playoffs, but the championships. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. No? Actually, kung titignan mo yung schedule, as we see Jose Goga knock down another free, Nueva Ecija still has a shot of finishing at number 1, provided na dahil maglalaban pa yung Abra sa San Juan, if San Juan is able to beat Abra, they will both be at 2 losses. And Nueva Ecija, they'll just need to sweep the remaining games to finish again at the number 1 spot.
Tama ka dyan. So, they're hoping that yun yung mangyari. Pero, whatever happens, they will try to leave the fate of their squad in their hands. And doing that by winning as much games as they can to wind down the season. And to, gaya na sinabi ni Lyra, na magpalakas ng magpalakas, make sure that they're in the best condition possible heading into the postseason.
Kenneth Mocon will check in rather for John Wilson. Pero ang mga kalaban ng Nueva Ecija on Saturday at home will be the Quezon Huskers. So that's a big hurdle to climb, especially with Quezon winning over San Juan last weekend.
Yeah, that's going to be a very interesting game considering that those are one of the top 2 teams defensively this season.
Oh yeah. Quezon number 1. Nueva Ecija number 7 in terms of giving up points. Chamramito now in for the Rice Vanguards, as well as Ryan Costello getting an opportunity without JC Marcelino. Costello can't hit the jumper. Ball will go back to Imus. Goga has been the top dog for them with 6 points, buoyed by those couple of threes. Goga to Kaunan. Rick Kaunan puts it on the deck. Hamito fell down on the floor, but he airballs that shot. Costello dribbling left. Kicks it out to Jesper Ayaay. Hamito sa poste. Turnaround shot by Jammer will roll out, but Tyron Chan there for the cleanup.
Not even trying to box Tyron Chan out there was the Imus Brotherhood.
JP Belenchon to Goga. Balik sa naging 10 na ang lamang ng Nueva Ecija, 24-14. Sobrang tira ni Aryar. Kaunan with the reverse.
Making up for his miss earlier where he did not hit anything.
Under a minute left in the first. Jammer Amito to Kenneth Mocon. Chan. Napuntay Costello. 8 seconds sa ilang shot clock. Hamito swings it to Kenneth Mocon. Bola na tapik palabas ni JP Belencion. Only 3 seconds left on their shot clock. Nice Vanguards. Nobody checking on Ken Mocon, who could not make them pay though. 30 seconds left. Doligon still on the floor for Imus. Guarded by Mocon. Also, I'm not seeing on the bench si Nick Demuses para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Kit Aguiar. Can't shake off Tyron Cha. Now he goes up and under. That's a tough shot from Kit Aguiar. 3 seconds remaining. Ayay will not get it off in time. Ball still in his hands. And first quarter comes to a close. Imus though still within striking distance despite the early onslaught of Will Macaloni for Nueva Ecija.
11 quick points para sa kanya. He finished with 13 on 6 out of 6 field goal shooting in that first quarter. Only played 7 and 40 minutes in that period, but was able to get through the defense multiple times. It was just an easy job for Will Macaloni getting those 13 markers, helping Nueva Ecija to the 6-point lead at the end of one.
Last game of Nueva Ecija was in Palayan City. They were able to have this convincing victory over Binyan, 81-64.
That third quarter was really big para sa kanila. This ensured Nueva Ecija of the victory in that game because they only limited Binyan to just 9 points in that period while dominating most of the departments in that game.
Second quarter underway. Kaunan, di nakatingin as Basibas issued that pass. Field goal shooting. Both teams shooting decently from the field. Particularly Nueva Ecija, 11 out of 18. Costello, Tyron Chan, Jesper Ayaay, Jammer Amito, and Kenneth Mocon. Tyron Chan with another stick back.
Once again, offensive rebounding favoring Nueva Ecija in that one. Imus has to do a better job of putting a body on each of the guys underneath.
Reggie Boy Basibas. This time, nakakonect siya with Rick Kaunan for the jumper. 26-20. Costello now. Now it's Valderrama. Facing up is Jammer Amito. Now he backs down Errol Soriano. Amito.
Yeah, that's an offensive foul against Jammer. That's good converging defense on the double by both Soriano and Basibas. Well-timed help for Reggie Boy.
Magkakataon ng Imus na makadikit pa dito. Down by 6 at the moment. Mamaya po maglalaban ang One Bataan Risers at Pampanga Giant Lanterns in our main game. That should be a fun one between two teams in the North Division.
Two teams that are really looking to gain ground in the Northern Division. Of course, Pampanga is well within striking distance of home court advantage still, while Bataan is trying to secure a spot in the play-in. Might even have a chance of making the playoffs outright. But that's going to be a tall order para sa kanila.
Ryan Costello lays it up and in. Timeout Imus. Turning defense into offense as usual para dito sa Rice Vanguards. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Outrunning all three green shirts who were trying to get back down on defense, but excellent outlet pass thrown there by Jamar Hamito to give Nueva Ecija this 8-point lead.
Ito naman yung naging resulta nung laban ng Imus. Gamuntikan sila matalo laban dito sa Bulacan because they trailed for the first 3 quarters of this one but was able to hold off Bulacan in the 4th quarter, Javi.
Yeah, they made a big run in the 4th, outscoring Bulacan 25-9. That was a very crucial period para sa kanila. Thankfully, a lot of their guys clicked in the final period, especially Mark Doligon.
Bulacan had their highest output in a half in the first 2 quarters. Pero nanlamig sila in the second half of that game. And for more, let's go to Lyra.
Coach TJ Marquez shared na kahit sobrang dikit ang labanan sa South, he's not putting unnecessary pressure on his squad. Ang focus daw nila is one game at a time, making sure na clear-headed sila every matchup and not distracted by outside noise. Good news din daw for the Brotherhood as he confirmed that JJ Caspe is recovering well from his meniscus injury at inaasahan na makakabalik by September. Perfect timing as they continue to fight hard for that all-important play-in spot. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Lyra. And that's a much-needed welcome back para dito sa Imus with JJ Caspe dahil wala nang madaling matchup itong Imus eh. After this one, they will go up against Pasig, then Basilan to round out the month of August. And then pagdating ng September, Binyan, Quezon, Pasay, at Pangasinan.
Oh, that's a lot of South Division teams as well on their schedule.
And they would want to avoid going winless during that stretch. As Rick Kaunan, the up fake and the hoop para dito sa Imus.
Well, if they showed this kind of ball movement plus added intensity on the defensive end, mas madali para sa kanila makakuha ng mga panalo.
Tyron Chan, pupukol sa 3. Short. Belención tracks it down for the Brotherhood. Errol Soriano now to Valderrama.
Oh, wasted opportunity there for Imus. Not even getting into their offense yet. Kasi Reggie Boy Basibas tinawagan ng offensive foul.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Passing right on point there between the 3 players.
MJ Ayay. 10 on their shot clock. Guarded by Rick Kaunan. Tyron Chance wins it. Kenneth Mocon sent back to the friend zone by Kaunan. But the tip in will go in for Kenneth Mocon.
And once again, the offensive rebounding being taken advantage of by the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Poor box out. Actually, no box out for Imus in that play again.
Belención putting a plethora of moves and buries that shot from the right corner. A triple galing kay JP.
I still don't know how he does it to this day. He gets from point A to point B so fast, so quick. And with little dribbling at that.
Siya yung bukod tanging may kayang gumawa niya.
Oh, dito sa liga na to, wala nang may ibang kayang gumawa ng mga galaw na ganun.
Makakaibang sidestep, tapos pupukol sa labas.
But yung matindi pa doon, most of them are legal moves.
Yeah. Pasa palabas, Valderrama, shot down by Ryan Costello. Basibas spins into trouble. but got bailed out by that foul by Jammer Ramito.
I'm liking this play more coming from Imus. They're more aggressive, but see here, wow, crossover between the legs, able to hop to the corner and get a shot from three-point country. How do you do it, Mr. Belenson?
Parang naglakbay muna siya sa Balanga, pumuntang Pilar, hanggang makarating dito sa Orion. Si JP Belenson. Reggie Boy Basibas, pasok yung kanya unang free throw.
Pinag-aaralan niya talaga ng gusto
Oo. Tapos, itong free throw nito at sa ating next swing appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Pag natatawagan siya ng traveling, as you see JJ Caspe still in street clothes, tinatanong niya lagi sa panel travel ba talaga? Kasi na-practice ko yun, parang legal naman Pero you just see that he still continues on working his craft.
Yeah. At yun naman yung maganda sa kanya. And that's why he continues to be a good example to guys like JJ Caspe and JV De La Cruz dahil malaki ang naitutulong ni JP doon sa development ng dalawang batang yun.
30-28. Imus dalawa lang ang kailangan habulin dito. May pagkakataon pa silang makatabla on this possession. Pasibas kicks it out. Rusey Koga. Doligon peeks at the clock. 5 seconds left. Sa kailang shot block, Doligon can't get it to go. The ball will stay with Imus.
That's nice effort coming from Reggie Boy Basibas to be able to save it and keep it with Imus for another crack at the basket. They could either tie or take the lead with a 3.
Baseline inbound for the guys in green. Koga naghanap ng papasahan. Akuno pops out. Belenson again, the right corner, that time turning the ball over. Tancinco in the foot race with Doligon. And ball will spin back to Imus.
This is the type of effort that you want to see from the Imus brotherhood if you're Coach TJ Marquez. And you want to see that as well in the half-court defense against Nueva Ecija, where you have to secure the defensive rebound and not allow the Rice Vanguard some extra possessions via offensive rebounding.
Doligon. Bounce pass, naagaw na naman ng Nueva Ecija. Tatakbo sila dito, mga nakaputi with the numbers. Laying it up and in was John Wilson.
That's almost a sure thing. 95% of the time when you run a 4-on-1, that's going to be a sure basket.
Lalo Nueva Ecija namamayagpag inside the paint. 26 points. 26 of their 32 coming in that shaded area. And 2 more coming up courtesy of Tosi Tancinco.
A pity for Imus. They've already come close to as much as 2 points against Nueva Ecija. Now the lead back up to 6.
Number 1 team in the league in assists, already with 12. Doligon laban kay Tosi Tancinco. 5 seconds left sa kailang shot clock. Doligon still with the basketball. Hook shot is good!
He can score from a multitude of ways. Something that we're not used to seeing from him the past seasons. But this year, it has been the norm para kay Mark Doligon.
Really moves well despite his physique. Actually, very very deceiving
Yeah. For a guy his size, he's got really tight handles. He has the agility of a guard. And those big hands just really enabling him to get tough finishes to go, just like that.
Very crafty scorer, Mark Doligon. JP Calvo, nagbabalik para sa Nueva Ecija. Puntahan natin si Lyra at courtside.
Mark Doligon of Imus shared na for him, staying in shape always starts with mental clarity. Right now, ang focus niya very simple. Win every game by sticking to the system and the game plan. Pero may special adjustment daw today since they're up against Nueva Ecija's big men. Kailangan nilang maging super keen sa details and strategic kung paano daw nila mabubutasan ang depensa ng Rice Vanguards. Back to you guys.
Very interesting what kind of strategy they have. Thank you so much, Lyra. No? Dahil Nueva Ecija across almost every department with the exception of probably 3-point shots have been in the top 10. Mark Doligon leaning right, but still cashing in from the mid-range.
Boy, these guys are suddenly turning on the switch here in the second quarter. Crossover, couple of dribbles, fading away to the right, basket down the drain para kay Mark Doligon.
Coach Don Dulay does not like what he's seeing. The lead down to 1, 34-33. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Magandang gabi po sa ating mga kaliga. Nandito pa rin po tayo sa Orion, sa Kamalig, JP Calvo, and the rest of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Surprisingly, just up by a point, 34-33 laban sa Imus. Could not shake off the brotherhood at the moment. Macaloni had 11 points in the first quarter. Sorry, 13.
That's his first miss of the game, actually.
Pasa sa ilalim, Manaytay. It went off the leg of Ray Acuno.
The defense now much tighter for Imus. John Wilson should have taken that shot there. He was wide open. Chose to try and explore an option down low for a higher percentage shot.
Baseline inbound. Manaytay, pabandang tira, pumasok yan.
Such a talented big man. Ito si Christian Manaytay. Halos kompleto sa Ricardos. Yung repertoire nito ni Christian Manaytay.
36-33. And now he gets a stop, forcing the turnover.
You can't really see a lot na kulang dito sa laro ni Christian Manaytay. On both sides of the floor, he brings you a lot to the table.
Saka veterano talaga maglaro despite his young age.
Yeah, his IQ is certainly for a guy that's way mature for his age.
Macaloni na agawan ni Mark Doligon. Mark still with the rock against JP Calvo.
Oh, that's gonna be 2 shots for Mark Doligon.
There's a lot of force coming from Doligon. His season career high actually was at 33 points. He set in Balanga when they went up against Ilagan Isabela.
Oh, that's not far from here.
Oo.
That could be a case for him to try and duplicate or maybe surpass that performance. Sabi nga natin kanina, it is imperative that he works double time, maybe even triple time in this game.
Mintis nga lang yung kanyang pangalawang free throw, a total of 10 points. Playing a lot of minutes. Only rested for 3 playing minutes. John Wilson, bola nawala sa Nueva Ecija, turnover. Errol Soriano waits for friends. Ariar to the other side, Rusey Koga. Pass to Ariar. Acuno sa loob. 2 points. Tied game at 36 apiece.
Gamble by Nueva Ecija did not pay off there, which enabled Imus to direct a pass going inside to Mark Acuno for that point-blank shot.
Time winding down in the second period. Macaloni bumagsak. At may foul laban sa Imus Brotherhood. Only their third team foul.
That's a foul they can afford to give. And I love how Will Macaloni just shook it off and did not even bother to try and retaliate after that takedown by Soriano. .7 seconds left on the game clock.
About a 2 to 3 second differential between shot and game clock here. JP Calvo. Nabantayan ni Rusey Koga. Calvo. Kick out pass, Manaytay for free. Short. Long rebound ends up with Will Macaloni. Who can't hit that shot from beyond the arc. And that's gonna do it here in the first half. Despite a huge output by Will Macaloni. All 13 of his points in the first quarter. Mark Doligon came out huge in the second frame. We are tied at a half, 36 all.
Ready. Gumaro gets it to drop. Plus the foul.
Ganda nun. Presence of mind. Don Gumaro, he's got 6 points so far in this game. And he's been doing an exceptional job of running the open lanes, not allowing that defense to even set up.
Walang kontrolado sa bola ng pagkasalo niya.
Si Limpo was sent back to the friend zone by J.R. Alabanza.
Ginutom si J.R. Alabanza. Ginawang liempo. Yung drive ni Limpo doon. Sinibog. Yung attempt dito. You see how he extended all the way to his right? Ito sa'yo.
Ito na yung running start. Numbers here for Quezon. 2 seconds left. Dario to beat the buzzer. And much needed para din sa Quezon Huskers.
Na ganun ka-importante yung timeout na yun para kay Coach Eric. They not only score, I'm talking about the layup of Gonzalez, but they score quickly. And then a poor job in terms of managing the clock was Rizal. Hindi na dapat bumalik ang bola sa kabila nun. But instead, Diego Dario makes them pay with a buzzer-beating 3. Gab Banal still able to hit it. Former teammates, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Cañete and Banal in Bacoor.
Inside, Gonzalez with a strong drive, basket plus a foul.
And this could get Gonzalez going. He's done a good job of rebounding the basketball. Already has 9. But he needs more.
Abra, you know, San Juan's chemistry and continuity. Pampanga's championship pedigree, but what a dipsy do. Galing kay Hesed Cabo. Wow. Ayoko sabihin na they are really among the favorites here this season as we bring you this play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Puntos ang lamang at the elbow. Cañete to Caballero. Shifting gears. Apasible! What a move right there! Fooling everyone. Look at this one.
Nice ball fake. Fooling LJ Gonzalez.
With under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Vento all over the veteran Robbie Celis. But Robbie finds a way.
He is so shifty for a big man, but he does it in such simple fashion. I don't know if it's just really simple or he makes it look simple.
He makes it look simple. Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game.
It's the time that they start ball reversal the other end.
Well, you gotta appreciate as well yung galaw ni Soberano doon.
Oo.
Here's Mark dying. Too strong for Mike Calisan.
I'll tell you what, 2 quick actions so far. Pagpasok nito ni Mark Dyke, trying to go for that offensive rebound, and ito, talagang dinaan yung lakas ng katawan at footwork too.
Tolentino able to recover. He fires and gets it to go.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
Kyle Tolentino from the parking lot. This is the 3-point shot of the game brought to you by Extreme. It's just that stroke. Saktong-sakto.
Tsaka yung kumpiyansa. Ibang klase.
Tingnan niyo yung depensa sa'yo.
Oo. Right.
He's got that heft as well.
Right.
Oh! Ang layo ng tinasik ni Ryu. Oh! 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 June Manzo with a 3-ball.
Wow!
Joel Liu went all the way down to the shaded lane. Trying to defend Jun Manzo. And look at Manzo.
Oh,
His
wow.
fellow Cebuano guard. Boom!
To your point, he caught a body.
He caught a body. Was that an equivalent to a
Dunk?
poster dunk? It's pretty close.
Yeah, really close.
At the half, we have a tied ball game at 36 apiece. Nueva Ecija and Imus. Unexpectedly, this has been a tight game, Javi, dahil lumamang na nga yung Nueva Ecija ng 10 in the first quarter, but Imus, behind a huge second period for Mark Doligon, was able to come back in this game.
Yeah, after Will Macaloni had a strong start, Imus was able to come back in the second period, outscoring Nueva Ecija 18-12. You look at the numbers there, both teams shooting at least 50% from the field, but Nueva Ecija was able to get to an early lead, not just because of Will Macaloni's strong start, but also because of the offensive rebounding, where they actually were a +6 in total rebounds overall and had a lot of second chance points, 10-2 in favor of the Rice Vanguards. Pero yun na nga, ang ganda nung naging performance ni Mark Doligon tsaka ng Imus in the second quarter. The defense of Nueva Ecija started to loosen up, and Doligon just had his way going to the basket.
And we'll see if Nueva Ecija could pull away, or Imus seeking an upset, keep in step. John Wilson, that was too easy off the halftime huddle, scoring on a layup.
Or not even 20 seconds into the period. Quick basket already scored on by John Wilson.
Unang appearance ito ni Jerome Ong. Inserted here in the third to begin. Bola na tapik. Jerome Ong recovers. Pass intended inside to Kerbangeles. Turnover laban dito sa Brotherhood.
Quite a dangerous pass there. Medyo tight yung naging sitwasyon dun.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
You got Kerbangeles to trail that play off the curl. This is almost the same play, but this time the guy curling gives it up to Will Macaloni.
Macaloni scoreless in the second quarter. Scores here. And a bonus free throw coming up.
This time it's Billy Ray Robles coming off that screen. But when that screener is able to keep it step with Robles, Robles delivers that bounce pass to Will Macaloni, who had his man trying to help on what would have been an impending drive by the Ilonggo Superman.
John Wilson with a tip in. 4 points here in the third already. And we're just 1 minute in. 42-36. Jerome Ong being tightly guarded by JP Calvo. Kitakyard to Mark Doligon. 6 on their shot clock. Doligon laban kay Billy Ray Robles. Fading away. Mark Doligon! Oh my goodness.
That's just a terrific shot right there. Nothing you could do about that. If you're Nueva Ecija, you had your hand up. Defense was right there. That was just a marvelous shot by Mark Doligon.
Halos nakaiga na. Nasabayan ng mabuti ni Robles. Now here he is with a rock. Ariar whips a pass to the corner. Kerbangeles. Ariar against Manaytay. Should be a good matchup. Ariar, face-up jumper, won't work. Calvo the rebound. Robles.
Ooh.
Foul against Mark Doligon.
Well, he had his hand down definitely, but I could just interpret that as marginal contact.
TJ will use their coach's challenge. Ang tingin niya, walang foul, all ball on that shot. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back for the result of this challenge.
But review, the challenge was successful. There's no
challenge ni Coach. Bola nga.
See here, there you see Robles going up there. All ball. All ball.
Malinis. Nung nasa Paco tayo, Javi, parang 6 out of 7 challenges successful. Eh.
Tama ka
Dito,
dyan.
2 out of 2 naman. John Wilson, no good on the layup. Robles got fouled. Last time he was here, he had a double-double against Pasig City. No true to the line for 2 shots. The Ilonggo Superman.
And again, Imus allowing Nueva Ecija to have their way on the offensive glass here at the start of the third quarter. Multiple second chance opportunities once again being given to the Rice Vanguards.
Robles, pasok yung kanya unang free throw. Former MPBL champion. Also won the MPBL Sportsmanship Award back in 2020. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. JP Calvo off the offensive board. Knocks down that mid-range jumper.
And this is exactly how the first quarter transpired here for Nueva Ecija. Multiple offensive rebounds, multiple second chance opportunities.
Re-establishing a 7-point lead. 45-38. Doligon, binabantayan ni Robles. 8 sa kanilang shot clock. Doligon. Still with the rock. Can't shake off Robles. Pulls up. My goodness, again. Mark Donegan, doesn't matter what kind of defense he's facing.
He does a lot of justice to the jersey number he's wearing and the shoes that he's wearing.
Meanwhile, JP Calvo was fouled by Jerome Ong.
Just a simple breakdown here, one-on-one against the terrific defensive player in Billy Ray Robles. Hand up, no problem para kay Mark Donegan.
Galing din niya sa hang dribble, tas pull up eh. No?
Yes, ang galing niya tumiming dun sa galaw na yun eh.
Si Calvo may ganyan din ha. But he misses the first free throw though, former Letran Knight. Naglaro din to sa Huasyong to si JP Calvo, kung saan, as we'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL, kung saan naging manlalaro si Ken Bono, sila James Yap, Ragni Cinco. Pero MVP doon, walang iba kundi si Coach Christian Lumanzon sa kailang alumni league, di ba? Sa Philchay.
Matindi si Christian Luanzon sa liga na yun.
Parang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nilalaro siya, di ba?
Lahat. Kung ano mang kailangan ni Coach Goldwyn, yun ang ibibigay ni Christian Luanzon.
Oo. Donegan, ngayon si Moko na kanyang pantay. Donegan fading away. And that time, Macaloni secures the rebound. Manaytay got pushed. And he'll head to the line for 2 shots.
More of a frustration foul there kay Mark Donegan after missing the shot earlier.
Christian Manaytay. He helped UST get back into the Final Four in the UAAP. After, I think 6 years silang nawala or 5 years. Calvo, siya na naman yung nandoon. Pabandang tira, gagana yan para kay JP. 48-40 now. 8-point lead. Rusey Koga. Using that Basiba screen. Koga for free. It's good.
These were among the things that helped Imus stem the tide earlier in the first half. The 3-point shooting really worked in their favor compared to Nueva Ecija in the first 2 periods, especially in the second quarter.
Ganda yung pagtugon ni Christian Manaytay, but he will be warned for delay the game. This is a 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. 50-43 is the count. Early pressure here by Nueva Ecija. They force a steal. Wilson could not finish though. Koga chasing for it. Steps into a free. Tatalbog palabas. Basibas. Shimmy. Fadeaway jumper off the heel. And Macaloni collects another rebound. Calvo will settle the troops down. Nueva Ecija playing without the Marcelino twins, Robbie Celis and Nick Demuses. Manaytay drag his pivot foot. At the moment, Nueva Ecija just could not shake off Imus. JP Pelenchon, papasok sa loob. Papalitan muna si Quintagliar. A bit smaller itong lineup ng Imus.
Well, they're gonna try to quicken up the pace here.
Basibas and Manaytay, 2 former UST Growling Tigers going at it. Steal here by Nueva Ecija. Mocon, Calvo steps into a free. It will rattle out. Donegan the rebound. Past the halfway point of the third. Donegan spins away from the defense and got fouled. He was hacked by Kenneth Mocon.
Got him on the wrist there. He just uses those angles so well. Ang haba rin kasi ng galamay niya at saka ng strides niya.
Yeah.
He just really transformed himself into a complete scorer this season.
Wasn't like this in seasons past, no?
Wala. Barely any flashes of this kind of play. He was really more of a role player lang talaga dati. But this season, he was given that kind of responsibility. And he managed to transform himself completely into what he is now.
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Will travel din eh. Ito si Mark Doligon.
Oh yeah, he has been through so many leagues already.
Overseas, particularly in the Southeast Asia region. In Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia. Played for Arellano and Trinity University of Asia. Ito si Mark Doligon who misses on both. Ball will stay though with the Imus Brotherhood. Tyron Chan will get some floor time here. He will replace Christian Marayday. Ray Acuno, Errol Soriano, Mark Doligon, Jose Koga, and JP Belenchon, the unit. A veteran unit actually para dito sa Imus. Going up against Kenneth Mocon, JP Calvo, Tyron Chan, Will Macaloni, and MJ Ayaay. Lot of former NCAA stars here. Belenchon, Acuno inside. Can't finish over Tyron Chan. Calvo to Macaloni, MJ Ayaay. Back to Will. Macaloni lays it up and in.
Seems to be their bread and butter here on the third quarter. That motion offense involving a big man and a wing player. That time it was MJ Ayaay feeding Will Macaloni on the roll.
9-point lead para sa Nueva Ecija. Bola natapik. Mocon off to the races. Extra feed to Ayaay, who can't finish but puts it back in for the Rice Vanguards.
MJ Ayaay training the play. That's why coaches tell you that even if there's only one guy back, you gotta trail the play and anticipate a miss.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Nueva Ecija with their biggest lead at 11 points. Back with us here in Orion, Bataan for our 7th season of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. This is our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. Kayo pa iniisip sino yun.
Hindi ko rin
Malalaman din natin yan.
ma-recognize.
Ha?
Hindi ko rin ma-recognize eh.
54.
Pero they look like Imus supporters.
Aha. Baka kayang tsikahin ni Lyra kung sino yan, no? Baka mamaya siya pa yung nagpa-pizza dito. Hindi. Ang nagpa-pizza po sa atin, ay walang himba, kundi ang ating technical director, si Mr. James Flores, na binabate na happy birthday si Miss Maris and Nicole Flores, his lovely wife and daughter. Sarap ng pizza,
Happy
pare.
birthday. Oo, ang sarap ng pizza. Thank you, Kuya JM. Saka
Oo.
sa inyong asawa at saka anak. Happy birthday.
At may foul na tinawag laban dito sa Nueva Ecija. Ito, ihabol ko na rin. Happy birthday to Miss Kimberly Maceliones at si Marco Manubay. Pinapasabi ni Boss Drin Lahera. Yan.
At ihabol ko na rin. Happy birthday to Pampanga team owner, Boss AG Gonzalez, whose team will be playing later on against Bataan. Mamaya i-greet ulit natin si Boss AG.
Javi, alam ko na kung sino yun. Mamaya, i-reveal ko sa'yo.
Okay, sige.
Mark Doligon, no good again. May nag-message sa akin eh. JP Calvo, the pass to MJI for 2 more points.
Nueva Ecija going to their running game here in the third quarter. Imus slow to get down. After a miss, you gotta be able to get back down on defense.
Belencion could not hit the jumper though. After sending his defender sprawling down the floor. Offensive foul. Laban sa Nueva Ecija.
I think that was Tyron Chan trying his best to carve space for MJAI, who was going down the lane into the basket.
Si Musa Diona Habs. Naalala mo ba?
Musa Diona, where did he play again?
Sa WCC.
Tama.
Sa UCL.
Okay,
Diba?
tama.
Under Coach Gino Ludovice before. Then Coach JV Gallego took over. 56-43. Shoutout sa nag-message sa akin, si Jay Tanuco. Siya pa'y nakakilala kung sino yun. Kino-cover lang namin ni Javi nung January, February.
Pasensya na.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig, free installation for split-type air conditioners.
Sa dami ng kinakailangan namin makita mga pangalan at mga player at mga muka, minsan pag nakikita ko for a long, hindi ko nakikita for a long time, minsan nakakalimutan ko rin.
Saka minsan kasi, ayan, si Musa Diona. Siya nga, dominante yan nung,
Oh yeah.
nung nasa WCC.
Tsaka di naman kasi ako sanay makita yan na naka-casual clothes.
Yun na nga eh. Minsan kasi pag nakabihis, di mo makikilala eh.
Oo.
O baka magtampo naman. Shoutout din natin ng WMPBL anchor na si Miss Daphne Cristobal na nanonood.
Matampuhin yan eh.
Oo, matampuhin. Ito si Tyron Chan, mintis yung kanya unang free throw. Second chance points. Usually, where Imus flourishes, doon nagdo-dominate ang Nueva Ecija. Plus 19 in that department.
Yeah, from the first quarter until now, that has been one of the weapons of choice for the Rice Vanguards in this game. They have absolutely dominated that department as well as the transition points.
Soriano puts it on the deck. Turnovers again, killing whatever momentum Imus had in the first half. Hamito, kick out pass. 3-point shot by Moko, no. One and done that time by the Rice Vanguards.
Their one-shot possession for Nueva Ecija here in the third, where it's practically been almost multiple possessions at every crack at the basket for Nueva Ecija.
Si John Wilson ay papasok ulit sa loob. Papalitan muna si Kenneth Mocon.
At kung titingnan mo naman, hindi naman ganun kalaki yung nagiging height advantage nitong Nueva Ecija. Imus has some very capable big men. It's just all about the desire to chase for those loose balls.
Ray Acuno with a rare jumper. Cuts the lead down to a dozen. 57-45. Under a minute left in the third period. Ayaay. The pass, Tyron Chan. Short stab is good.
One of the MPBL's most sweet shooting big men, Tyron Chan.
7 points, 3 rebounds. Para kay Tyron Chan. Fadeaway jumper will work for Kent Ariar.
One guy who has constantly been improving over the years here in the league is Kent Ariar. Started his MPBL career with the Mindoro Tamarangs and now has been given more responsibility with the Imus Brotherhood this year.
59-47. John Wilson got fouled while he drove to the basket.
Yeah, he continues to be aggressive. And you would expect maybe for a guy who has achieved so much in his career, at this point, siguro, expect mo, patira-tira na lang sa labas parate. catch and shoot. Pero hindi. He continues to take care of his body. He continues to strengthen his conditioning to make sure na kaya niya pa rin sumabay, na kaya niya pa rin gawin yung mga gusto niyang gawin. And you could see that he's very aggressive in putting the ball on the floor, especially in this game.
Still going strong at 38 years old. Ito si John Wilson. Mark Doligon leaning one side. Still left some time on the clock. 0.5 seconds remaining though for Nueva Ecija. Wilson will hoist it up. And third quarter in the books. Nueva Ecija outscoring Imus by 13 after we were at deadlock at 36 apiece. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL Elevator Hydration.
That was a play that they went to a lot. That screen away to the left side, making sure that there's a guy either curling or following through. See here, same play again. This time it's for MJ Ayay. They also ran that for the Ilonggo Superman, Billy Ray Robles. At talagang namiesta ang Nueva Ecija dun sa mga half-court sets na yun. But aside from that, they also were able to push the basketball in transition and score on multiple opportunities from offensive rebounds.
60-47, Nueva Ecija with a 13-point lead heading into the fourth. Our fan of the game is brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. We're expecting more people to come in, especially it's Pampanga versus Bataan.
Halos magkatabi lang yan.
Yun nga eh.
Actually, magkatabi talaga
Magkatabi
sila.
talaga. Saka napapansin ko, basta may laro ang Pampanga sa Bataan, may mga nasasama silang fans lagi eh.
Yes, oo naman.
See the quarter scoring first here. Tabla tayo nung first half, Javi, pero kumawala yung Nueva Ecija here in the third period.
Yeah, Imus was badly outscored in that third quarter. Only limited to 11 points. And John Wilson, he continues to terrorize the interior here with drives from the outside for Nueva Ecija.
62-47. Yeah, I remember, may game dito sa Orion. Tapos, Pampanga yata yung second game eh. Daming tao, as in parang home game din nila. And that speaks volumes to the dedication of the Kapampangans in supporting their club.
And I'm sure, you know, these Giant Lanterns, as well as the Bataan Risers, especially after what happened during the typhoon season, yung kanilang mga basketball team, sila rin ang nagpapasaya dun sa kanilang mga kababayan.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Both basketball crazy provinces.
Oh yeah.
Ayay could not hit the jumper.
Now, what makes that matchup even more interesting mamaya, dahil ang ganda rin ng linaralo ng Bataan lately.
Yeah. Ganda rin ang nilalaro itong mamang ito Despite them trailing by 13, Mark Doligon. Galing niya talagang lumusot eh.
Oo. Those long strides just enable him to get by the defense so easily. Ang galing niya na rin talaga bumasa ng kanilang depensa.
64-49. He is just slippery. Ito si Mark Doligon. Hindi siya ganun kabilis. Doesn't have that quick first step. But boy, when he puts you into an array of moves, talagang naagawa siya ng paraan. But Nueva Ecija again getting a steal. John Wilson with 2 more points, 14 markers for the former MPBL MVP.
He has won that MVP award in multiple levels of his career. You see here the steals, 9-3 in favor of Nueva Ecija. That has enabled them to get runouts in multiple opportunities sa laro na to.
This is our Gixxer great move of the game, born for greatness.
Using that Euro so well to his advantage.
Ayun, no? Nakawala si Mark Doligon.
Yeah, showing everybody that hindi naman kailangan mabilis parate yung mga galaw mo. As long as mabasa mo na maayos yung gagawin ng depensa.
Yeah, ganda ng timing lagi ni Mark Doligon. Here he is. 8 seconds on the shot clock. That time though rejected by Kenneth Mocon. Ariar to bail them out. No. Costello the rebound.
Of course, Kenneth Mocon, the brother of JV Mocon sa PBA.
Yeah.
JV obviously the better offensive player, but no doubt Kenneth is an excellent defensive player. Kaya naman talagang nabibigyan siya ng opportunity ni Coach Don Dulay dito sa Nueva Ecija.
17-point lead. Doligon. Laban ulit kay Mocon. This has been the matchup for the majority of the contest. Doligon turns it over and gives up that foul.
And although Mark has gotten his numbers sa laro na to, you could see that Kenneth has been able to neutralize him in multiple situations. Nagkakaroon sila ng timely stops because of the defense of Kenneth Mocon.
Magpapahinga muna si Mark. Medyo napagod din siya dun, no? Playing a lot of minutes. To si Mark Doligon.
And it remains to be seen how long Coach TJ Marquez will have him on the bench. Especially with just 6 minutes remaining in this game. They're down by 17 points.
Already played 29 minutes si Mark Doligon. Spin by Costello. Masibas comes away with it. Koga. Still time for Imus. Koga can't get it to go. Masibas offensive rebound. Foul will be whistled on a Rice Vanguard.
He has such a terrific nose for the ball. Ito si Reggie Boy Basibas. Although a lot of times playing undersized due to some taller big men on the opposing squads, he has been able to garner a lot of rebounds against opposing teams just because of his timing and instincts with the basketball.
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. 66-51 after that make from the line. 6:17 left. Nueva Ecija gearing up for that matchup against the Quezon Huskers on Saturday. Pass inside. Bola na agaw ni Rusey Koga. Masibas. Out of control. Imus. Turnover forced again by that stingy defense of the Rice Vanguards. Costello goes to the block. Hamito. Back outside. Wilson open for three. No. Battle for the rebound. Napunta kay Jammer Hamito. Got blocked from behind by Kit Ariar. Tumatakbo ditong Imus. Something we rarely see, and Rick Kaunan finishes the basket in transition.
This is just a 13-point lead. Still a very much manageable deficit to come back from for Imus.
Just their 5th fast break point. Hamito powers through for the deuce.
Kaya lang mahihirapan sila if they continue to allow these easy baskets for Nueva Ecija.
15 pa rin ang lamang past the halfway point of the 4th. Masibas. Turnaround jumper over Billy Ray Robles.
And it's time he goes to work here, especially with Mark Doligon on the bench currently for Imus. They're gonna have to turn to Reggie Boy Basibas for offensive production.
Kaposte, Hamito. Bola na tapik, naagaw ng Imus.
The Brotherhood has to run.
But they also can't turn the ball over multiple times. And that's what Nueva Ecija does best, turning turnovers into points.
Instead of being able to trim the deficit to just a few possessions, now it comes back to a 15-point lead.
Assist to the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Timeout Imus. 15-point lead, 70-55. Nagbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, our 7th season. We're here in Orion for the 4th time. Mamaya po, One Batan Risers will defend their turf against the 2-time defending champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Ken Panglinan po with Javi Palanya at courtside. We have Miss Lyra Punsalan. We have a foul whistled on Nueva Ecija.
That's their last foul to give.
This is actually a big week para sa Nueva Ecija because if they secure wins today and against Quezon, they will lock up at least the number 3 seed. Because, again, the most wins yung mga nasa baba nila could garner should they sweep the remaining games is at 22 dahil lahat may 7 losses na. So magic number is 23 wins for Nueva Ecija. And that guarantees them at least a home court advantage in the first round. Kenneth Mocon. Swing pass to Ryan Costello for 3 off the mark. Bola nag-agawan si Quintariar at Robles. Robles will be called for that foul.
But of course, even with that, you know, Nueva Ecija will not want to settle for just a number 3 seed.
Oh yeah. Check out this play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Dahil nga, kaya nang binanggit natin kanina, kaya pa yung number 1, lalo magtatapat pa yung Abra at San Juan. At meron pa mga mabibigat na mga kalaban ng Abra despite them being the hottest team in the league right now. They still have Batangas in their schedule. And then San Juan nga. As Ariar drains in the second free throw.
At saka malaking bagay sa kanila na makakuha sila ng home court advantage, not just in the first round, but all throughout the playoffs.
Yes. Now GR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Bobby Balucanag is now in, as well as Dondon Arenas. Costello jacks up a free off the mark. Ariar with another rebound. Ngayon, Imus, should they lose this one? As we have a foul whistled on Nueva Ecija. They will fall down to 11 dahil magiging... Actually, hindi. Number 10 pa rin sila, tied with Sarangani, 9 and 14. Davao is at 8 and 14. Cebu is 9 and 15. So those 4 are pretty much nagkaagulo sila dyan, Javi, for the 10th spot. Muntinlupa, mabigat din yung remaining schedule nila. And 4 or 5 teams could easily fight for those last 2 play-in spots, yung 9 and 10.
Tama ka dyan. Lalo na dahil dun sa talo ng Sarangani, it just makes things even more complicated.
Muntinlupa right now is at 10 and 12.
And they've lost how many games straight already?
10 straight.
10 straight already.
Bobby Balucanag to Dondon Arenas, short. Yeah, Muntinlupa. Actually, the very first loss they had here was months back. We covered that one against Bataan.
Yes.
As we see that shot knocked down by Mark Doligon. Basket plus a foul.
If you're Coach TJ, don't you think this is already too late of an insertion for your top scorer in Mark Doligon? Yes, you're only down by 12 with 2:24 remaining. But couldn't you have thought na sana mas maaga ko nilang muna pinasok si Mark?
Has played a lot of minutes si Mark Doligon. Missing the free throw, 4 out of 9 from the line. 70-58. 2:10 left here in the fourth. Si Derrigue nasa loob na rin para sa Nueva Ecija. Costello airballs that free. Still a slight chance for Imus. Doligon attacks. Familiar one-hander won't work. Aguiar kicks it back out to Acuno. Doligon at the post. 3 seconds left on their shot clock. Doligon, turnaround jumper. It's good! My!
Oh my goodness.
Yun ang Kobe.
Tama ba yung apelido sa likod niya? Bryant ata dapat nakasulat dyan eh. Shot clock winding down. Did not even feel pressured by the time on the shot clock. Just calmly knocking down that fadeaway jumper. Not a lot of players in this league can hit that consistently.
Asibas rejects that shot by Bobby Balucanag, wagging his finger. But Imus still down by 10. Timeout Nueva Ecija as they will not rest their laurels just yet. 1 minute and 25 left in regulation. $20 points galing kay Kuya Mark Doligon. At mala Kobe yung mga galawan na pinapakita niya dito, Mr. Balanya.
The Black Mamba dapat yata ang pangalan nito eh. What a remarkable showing offensively tonight by Mark Doligon. Showing us the complete package. Inside, outside, 3-point shots, fall-away jumpers, inside incursions, shots inside the paint. My goodness, what a display of offensive force for Mark Doligon. We should give this guy a nickname.
Oh yeah. One-on-one might be one of the best. What a breakdown on defense. That's been the main problem for Imus. Too many easy shots para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Basically, inconsistent play. Mostly on the defensive end for Imus sa laro na to. It just goes to naught yung kanilang naging effort in the first half and the effort of this guy.
Woo! Doligon, now you see me, now you don't.
He is just absolutely dominant when he has that basketball in his hands.
Now, if ever JJ Caspe returns, and if you're an Imus fan, you would love to find out how those two guys, Mark Doligon and JJ Caspe, could play well off each other as they wind down the season.
No, especially na meron silang hinahabol na spot sa play-in. May added sense of urgency. How will that affect the play of both players? Will it improve? Will it go down a few levels? Who knows?
Imus humiling pa ng timeout dito, 33.9 seconds left. But the result, pretty much in the bag. Nueva Ecija up by 14. Next 3 games at Nueva Ecija. On Saturday, kalaban nila ang Quezon Huskers at home. On the 30th, they will take on the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. And to begin the month of September, kalaban naman nila ang Sarangani Gripper. And to close out their elimination round, meron pa silang Quezon City, Parañaque at Rizal. Polygon will seemingly just dribble out the clock here. Not sure what the timeout was for. But Nueva Ecija will improve to 22-1. Samantala Imus will fall down to 9-14. And a pretty dangerous position for the Imus Brotherhood. Dahil nga kadikit nila sa team standings ang Davao. You've got Sarangani there and Cebu. While Nueva Ecija is still chasing for that number 1 spot as they take down the Imus Brotherhood here. 76-62. And our best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
From start to finish, John Wilson was aggressive. He was looking for his shots, and he was also able to set up his other teammates, helping Nueva Ecija to a big lead early on. Even when Imus came back in the third quarter, he was responsible for them re-establishing their advantage.
All-around brilliance for the former MPBL MVP John Wilson. Final score 76-62. Nueva Ecija improves to 22-1. Let's go courtside to Lyra.
John, congratulations. You've been all around on the court today, from points to assists and rebounds. With Roby and JC out, paano ka nag-step forward to fill in the gaps?
Just be prepared. And then as a team naman, kailangan pa namin na ma-improve yung team defense namin. Win is a win.
Medyo loaded nga ang week nyo ngayon, ano? Because you will be facing the South Division champions, Quezon Huskers, on Saturday. Paano nyo paghahandaan ng matchup ngayon, lalo na't medyo injured pa nga si JC at si Roby?
Okay naman, at least meron kami 3 days preparation before Quezon Huskers games. So tomorrow, back to the drawing board. Ang anong papagawa ng mga coach namin sa defensive plan namin, game plan namin, susundin lang namin.
John, do you have any greetings? And of course, invite mo na rin ang mga Nova Ecijanos na patuloy na sumusuporta sa inyo.
Una-una, pasalamat ako kay Lord sa panalo namin. And then binabati ko pa yung biyanan ko nasa New Zealand, si Mama Papa, si Ate Jen, si Ate Jack. Yung wife ko si Donna, yung kids ko si John Wilson Jr., si Ate Lelouch. Then yung mga kaibigan ko sa Binong Rizal. Siyempre, credit sa teammate namin tsaka sa mga coaches sa panalo ngayon. And then mga tiga Nueva Ecija, kita-kita po tayo dyan sa darating na Saturday versus Quezon Huskers. God bless all.
Maraming salamat and congratulations, John Wilson of the Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra, no? At itong matchup na to in the North should be a fun one. Pampanga Giant Lanterns squaring off with the 1 Bataan Risers. Huwag po yung aalis, mga kaliga. Magbabalik pa po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.